there's two dimensions driving the fuel price. One is the absolute paradigm shift in the economic outlook, because overall economic demand has taken a shock like we haven't seen since the 30s, people are saying. And that in turn will drive a lower level of demand for oil, and that's driving the price down. You do see the curve rise towards the end of the year, which anticipates some form of recovery. So the fuel price is a little bit of a sort of a forward view of maybe the future economic cycle, where you see it rising above the levels that you can trade at today when you look into 2021 and beyond. There's another dynamic at play as well, which is that there was a glut of capacity in oil markets, and there wasn't agreement amongst the major producers around how they would constrain capacity. It appears as if there is some consensus there, which is going to drive the fuel price back up. So look, I think the reality for a lot of airlines is they don't necessarily participate in the current fuel price drop because they're not flying much. And by the time you do see airlines come back and fly in, whenever that will be, you will see the fuel price will have risen as a result of the better outlook in terms of economic activity. But where it settles at, will probably reflect the new economic reality. And, I would have seen fuel below at these levels before in 2009-10. The problem there is that the demand backdrop and the wider economic environment is pretty challenging, even though the fuel price can be low. Other hidden effects of this, well, look, I think for me, what we have learned a lot about over the last 6 weeks is how to move at pace to get things done in Aer Lingus. And I've been delighted with the sort of level of expertise and teamwork that we've been able to tap into. And I personally feel that in a crisis, you've got to give a lot of trust to your organization and to your people. And we've done that very effectively over the last 6 weeks. And I do feel that I've learned an awful lot about how Aer Lingus works. And we've all learned an awful lot about how we can work well as a team. And I want to take that into the future and make sure that we don't just have, I think, that level of speed and decisiveness and that level of expertise that we can tap into in a crisis only, because I think there's a lot of positives that we can take from the way we're working through this crisis, and we could use that as a building block for the airline in the future.